All right, good morning. Thanks for being here on this Friday. It's June 20th. I'm Caitlin Nuclo.
And I'm Caitlin Francis. We've got Scott Gagliardi here, and we're kicking off, getting ready to kick off the first official day of summer. It's coming in later tonight, and I think Mother Nature got the memo. It's beautiful today.
Man, what a day. It's perfect. That first day of summer, yes, comes in at precisely 10:41 tonight. But until then, it's going to feel like summer. It certainly felt like it yesterday. The upcoming weekend, temperatures steadily climbing. The next week, we're talking dangerous heat out there. Temperatures up and over 100 degrees for a real feel. Even the actual thermometer could reach 100. Hard to believe. Right now, though, what we're dealing with today, notice the whitecaps out along Long Island Sound. It's breezy out there. Wind sustained in New Haven out of the west at 15. It's a mild start, though, 72 degrees. Next week, this is the issue, though. Record heat is now likely. High humidity with the high temperatures will make that feels like temperature up and over 100 degrees. It is several days of it, too. It's not just a day of heat and humidity. It sticks around. Temperatures today, though, nowhere near record. It's looking right now 70s out there, a few upper 60s. Either way, it's a very nice start to the day. The breeze is certainly noticeable out of the west and northwest, 10 to 15 sustained up and over, say, 20 gusting at times. That'll continue throughout the day today. First Alert Live radar scans the state dry, so some nice changes there. Across the region, we look good as well. Going throughout the day, as temperatures climb, we'll up into those 70s, even some 80s expected, but throughout this weekend, there's even a couple chances for a few thunderstorms. We'll go into more detail about that, as well as the heat once again next week ahead. In your First Alert forecast, hey, Kate.
All right, hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. 7:02 here on your Friday on the Wax. Thanks so much for waking up with us. We're taking a absolutely picture-perfect look here along the shoreline, 95 north and southbound, right by Neck Road in Old Lyme. Traffic is moving along, but I do expect that especially along 95 here throughout the day will be very busy as people head to the state parks and beaches. It's going to be such a nice day. Let's get you out and give you a live look here. There we go. Vernon, 84 east and westbound, Windsor, on the Windsor Locks line, right by the Bradley Connector. Live look in Middletown along Route 9. Meriden along 91 north and southbound. Beautiful start. Nice, calm, clear conditions out there. Maybe a little bit of a breeze, but that's not going to slow you down too much. No crashes, no major incidents. Daytime construction picks up shortly between about 8:30 and 9 o'clock. Your drive time's all looking good as well. But if you're heading to the TPC in Cromwell, you want to budget in some time to get in because it's going to be very slow going through Cromwell into Rocky Hill. Make sure that you're taking your time. Let's quick check your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
And what a beautiful day to head out to the TPC River Highlands, right? Just a few hours away here from the start of the second round of the Travelers Championship.
Yeah, that first pair actually tees off in less than an hour now at 8 o'clock. Let's take a look at that leaderboard. After day one, you can see defending champ and world #1 Scotty Scheffler tied in the lead at 8 under with Austin Eckroat, then all tied for third at 6 under. Previous Travelers champion and New England native Keegan Bradley, Rory McIlroy, and Wyndham Clark.
Well, sports fans catching their breath this morning after the best golfers in the world put on an incredible show at the Travelers Championship yesterday.
So again, we just talked about that second day. Tee time is just around the corner. Your reporter Roger Suzannon's been live at the TPC River Highlands in Cromwell for us this morning. Roger, we just took a look at that leaderboard where things left off yesterday. I mean, fan favorites all across the board so far.
Yeah, day one could not have gone any better here for this championship. Again, when you break down the top 5 of that leaderboard, which I just showed, think about it. 3 former Travelers champions who are trying to do it again, 4 former major champions, and the top 2 players in the world, Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. An incredible day here yesterday. Let's relive the magic by taking a look at the highlights. One of the men people really wanted to see, Scotty Scheffler, top-rated player in the world, shows why here on 15. He had a great day, tied for the lead at 8 under with this man. Austin Eckroat was phenomenal throughout the day, sinks this putt here, and again, he's tied with the top player in the world at 8 under. Another few great players are just 2 shots back, including this man, the Northern Irishman, Rory McIlroy, scintillated the crowd with a 6 under performance, tied with the New England native Keegan Bradley, a former Travelers champ, and Wyndham Clark. Again, all 3 of those gentlemen just 2 shots back at 6 under. After the round ended, Austin Eckroat says he's made some slight adjustments that really paid off big yesterday.
I've had a left miss all season, and I think over the last 2 weeks I've been at home, I kind of solved that. And, you know, I wasn't fearing the left ball today, which is huge. And then whenever you're feeling comfortable with other things start to fall in line.
And again, round 2, less than an hour away. Daniel Berger, who came in second place a couple of years ago here, is part of that first group. And then 10:35, Scotty Scheffler tees off. And then at 1:45, maybe the group of the day, Rory McIlroy along with Keegan Bradley. Again, the New England native, and, you know, no big deal, but my pick to win this weekend. Reporting live in Cromwell, I'm your reporter, Roger Suzanne, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. I'll send it back to you, ladies.
All right, Roger, we're excited to see what happens today in the second round. Of course, you can stay with WFSB here all morning long, all day long, too. Your reporter, Roger Suzanne, joining us again in the next half hour. And be sure to tune into Inside the Travelers special tonight at 7 o'clock right here on Channel 3 for everything you need to know as we head into the weekend as well.
It's 7:06 here. Happening today, the man who pleaded guilty to killing Hartford police detective Bobby Garton will learn his fate. Police say Richard Barrington was high on marijuana when he drove off after being pulled over, then ran 2 red lights before crashing into the police cruiser Garton was in back in 2023. Garton died. His partner was seriously injured. Garton's family says they want to see an appropriate but strict sentence for Barrington here today. The state recommending 20 years. The Gartons, though, say they want the max, 41 years. Since Garton was 34 when he died, the average male life expectancy is 75. They're looking for those years that Bobby didn't get to live that Barrington should serve.
Bobby's partner alone, you know, how many years is his disabilities for entire life? How much is that worth? And how much is Bobby's life worth? And that's the decisions that need to be made.
And that's the decision we'll bring to you here on Channel 3 and WFSB, the news app. Barrington pleaded guilty to manslaughter, assault, and interfering with police. We will have someone in the courtroom as that decision comes down.
We're following developing news right now in the Middle East. That's where European leaders are meeting with Iran today to talk about its nuclear program.
This comes after President Donald Trump set a 2-week deadline for diplomacy before deciding if the U.S. military will get directly involved in that conflict. Trump considering using what he calls bunker buster bombs to attack Iran's uranium enrichment facility, which is buried underneath a mountain. The bombs would need to be dropped from an American aircraft. Direct U.S. involvement, though, could jeopardize the president's plans for talks with Iran about its nuclear program. And this morning, at least 2 U.S. airlines suspending flights to the Middle East as the fighting there continues. United Airlines stopped flights between Newark and Dubai. American Airlines has also paused flights between Philly and Doha. The airlines say that they'll make more changes if needed.
Well, this morning we're hearing from a friend and former co-worker of the Glastonbury woman who was found dead inside her home in what police describe as some of the worst hoarding conditions they've ever seen. Patty Steves says her friend, Mary Notarangelo, should be remembered first as an animal lover and also a dedicated detective for the Bridgeport Police Department.
Someone like her who was very vibrant, larger than life kind of a personality. It makes me sad that that's how she's going to be remembered for.
So if you're worried about someone in your life, you can contact the State Department of Mental Health for support. And if you're traveling this weekend, state police reminding you to slow down and move over for emergency vehicles on the side of the road. Police say 3 cruisers in our state were hit while troopers were on duty last weekend. All of them were hurt, but they are expected to be okay.
And as we get a check of your first alert forecast, an absolutely beautiful day out there from start to finish. It will be a bit breezy, but you got to get outside. Humidity levels very low today, and throughout the weekend we'll be dodging a few storms. And then next week, as we've been talking about for days now, the heat is on the way. Check out Old Saybrook, all the boats in the marina. Each and every one of those, take those out today. It's going to be a great day out on the water. Your beach forecast, if you're heading out to the shoreline, 80s for just about everybody. High tide, that's going to come in later on this evening along the shoreline. It's a beautiful day, though. UV index of an 8. Going forward, though, there's already extreme heat watches for next week just out towards the west. Likely heat advisories, these extreme heat watches and extreme heat warnings. Those will be making their way into Connecticut. You see numbers like this. This is next Monday. The feels like temperature up to 105 degrees. You really don't see that heat around here in Connecticut that often. And check out Tuesday. That's the peak day with feels like temperatures statewide well up and over 100. Here's a live look in Windsor Locks. Some clouds out there. Temperature 69 degrees. Looks good, though. As mentioned, get outside because the heat is on the way. We'll go into more detail, though, about storms this weekend. That's ahead with your full First Alert forecast. Caitlin?
All right, still